Well, hello everyone. My name is Michael still. Didn't change it last night. Did a lot of things, but I didn't change my name. Kind of used to it by now. So I see so many people. I see you guys. I talk to you guys every day on YouTube about how much cheaper it is to live outside of Cambodia. I mean, outside of USA. There's not many places you can live that's cheaper than outside Cambodia. I don't know why I said that, but anyways, there's a lot of different places you guys can go. You can look online. You can look at a globe, a map. I don't know. Look online and see where other people from the USA have moved. I see they're moving to Italy, some moving to France, and Portugal, different places. For me, I think a third world country, a safe third world country, not just any third world country, is probably the best option because you don't need to make a lot of money. Okay, I'm going to show you guys because I know some of you probably he doesn't. Okay, I don't know how. I would have to pull out the paper and see how many square meters my house is. I know. I think I could convert it to square feet. But it's a 3-bedroom, 4-bath house with a family room, a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, a utility room. The whole house has air conditioners. I'm from the USA, so a lot of people over here, they don't have air conditioners. They only have a fan, maybe 1 or 2 fans in their house. Some of them don't even have glass in the windows, so I don't know how they can live like that, but I don't know. They can eat outside, and it's so hot. For me, it's just so hot. It stays hot over here. I like to do things in the morning. I usually ride my bike in the morning. I drink coffee outside in the morning. It's not too bad in the mornings, but like right now, it is after 11 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. Pretty hot. It's pretty hot, and it's coming on to their what they call dry season, the winter season. It's November, and it doesn't really. I mean, to me, it's still hot. But anyway, but I use a lot of electricity. I use a lot. We have air conditioners in all the rooms. I've talked about that before. They're called mini splits. You mount it and then mount a fan outside, and they work excellent. I don't see many people using them in the USA. Most people have central air, which is, for me, it's kind of wasteful because the cold air or hot air has to travel through all the ductwork. It goes into all the rooms even if you close the vent, it still goes in. It has to push all that air through all the ducts in the house, and then especially if you have a 2-story house. So, anyways, we have we have 4 air conditioners upstairs. I have one right here in the family room, right there, a big one. All the bedrooms have air conditioners, the mini splits, and then I have a really big one downstairs that cools the whole bottom floor. The kitchen, the dining room, the living room. It cools the whole house. We have 2 refrigerators. I got one behind me. You can see right there. Got a big Samsung, the double door, family side refrigerator downstairs. Next to it, I have a deep freezer because I like to buy meat in bulk. I don't want to buy meat from these little vendors that sell it on the street. So anyway, we buy frozen foods, and I have Wi-Fi. I have TVs. I have obviously my computer. We use a lot of electricity. Okay, we use a lot for over here, and I've talked about my electric bill before. Okay, now keep in mind the electric bill I'm going to show you. It's in real. This is how much it is in their money. Okay, that is 607,400 real. Okay, you can see right here. Here's my electric bill. I just paid it. Okay, now there's 4,000 real for $1. There's 4,000 of their dollars for $1 US. So I took the 607,400 and I divided it by 4,000. You can see my math right here. Right? Real, I divided it by 4,000. Okay, this was my electric bill for the month from my house. Okay. $151.85. We use a lot of electric, and that's still only that. You see how I paid? Paid right here. Paid. Okay. A lot of people over here don't even make this much money. Okay, they don't. Okay. So for them, that's a really high electric bill. Okay. When I taught at the international school, one of the teachers, she lives over there in the village. She has no air conditioning. No, none. A couple fans in the house. They open the windows at night, try to let some air in. We don't do that. We don't open our windows at night. We run the air conditioner at night. We don't open the windows at night because there's a lot of water here and there's a lot of mosquitoes. And we have these little mosquito killing deals we plug into the wall like air fresheners, but it kills the mosquitoes. So, and this is the electric bill for a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, big house, or it's a 2-story house. We don't have, our windows are not, they're not double pane, they're not insulated. There's no insulation in this house whatsoever, none. Okay. We have a cement slab for the roof, so there's really no place to put insulation. What you see on the top, right over here, that's decor, some kind of decor right over here. You can see that's kind of a drywall material. I don't know what they call it over here. It's bendable, so it's not really and you can see up here where they have the recessed lighting, right? All of that is like some kind of a drywall type material. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what the name of it is over here. And inside of there is no insulation. The house has none. So I can only imagine what a 2-bedroom condo I'll just use an example, on an 8th or 9th, 10th floor in the city would cost. I would imagine it's probably less than $100. I mean, like I said, we got a 3-bedroom house and there's 4 people that live here. Our hot water we have machines, hot water on demand. So most people here do not have hot water. You just have the water, whatever it is. It stays pretty hot here. So I seldom take a hot shower. Unless I'm sick a little bit, then I take a hot shower. But people are just struggling. Like I said, they're really struggling in the USA. With the whole car insurance and stuff. Now there is downsides. I speak a lot about the positivity things about living here. It is cheaper. There's a lot of downsides. Okay. The people here are. I don't have a new car. I have a 1999 year. I keep it up, but you take it to the shop, and it's cheap to repair it. They usually try to find used parts. I don't know, but their labor rate's cheap. We've used the same shop since I've gotten the car. For the main reason is the guy that has the shop can speak some broken English. So um, he's not cheating us, but he has guys that work for him. Sometimes we have to take the car back again and again for the same problem. Okay, it's just I don't think they have any automotive tech schools here. I don't know. I've never looked, but I think a lot of people just they work for somebody for a while, trial and error, and then they try to open their own shop, and then it just so. Like I said, it's there are downsides here. I've got a blower fan in my car. It makes a little ticking sound. I've taken it out. It's pretty easy to take out. It's only 3 screws underneath the glove box. You just take it down and unplug it, and then put it back in again. And I spray it with some oil, and every now and then it makes a squeaking sound. I've taken it to the shop twice, I believe, 2 or 3 times for the same problem, and they can only find a used fan. So they put in a used fan, and then later it either doesn't work at all, or it makes a sound, and I take it back and they put in another use. But they can't find a used. There is no AutoZones over here. There's no place to buy it. So when I go to the USA, I'll just go to AutoZone. I already looked it up on AutoZone. I believe it's like $95 for a fan, and I could change it in, I don't know, 30-40 minutes. It's pretty easy to change. I've had it out several times and sprayed the lube in there, and it quiets it up for a little while. But it's kind of a downside. And here they don't really have a lot of concept of time. Okay? They will tell you, I'll be there at your house or do whatever at, example, 8 o'clock, and they might not show up until almost 10. Okay? When I was teaching at the school, a lot of students would come in an hour late, not just once or twice, not because mom or dad was sick, or they just time is not of importance. So that's one of the things that's hard for me to get used to. Is people here time is not a big thing. If they want to stop and eat noodles and visit with Aunt Lulu or whoever, that's what they're going to do. When they get there, they get there. For me, it's kind of irritating because I've had businesses before, and I was a truck driver for FedEx, and FedEx doesn't tolerate being late, right? You guys send something FedEx, you want it to show up on time. So I'm just used to that kind of life. Okay. Drove the truck, got to log out, log back in when you drive the truck, and you guys out there, truck drivers, you know what I'm talking about. So it is irritating. Okay. A lot of the people here, they don't even have $5 a month to pay for trash pickup. That's what it costs, $5 a month. I don't know what it is in the USA. I know in California when I was living there, I believe it was like $40 a month, but here it's $5 a month, and they come 2 times a week, sometimes 3. I don't know. It's just there's no set schedule, so we have to keep our can outside of our gate because we don't know when they're going to come. But a lot of people here don't even have the $5 to have trash pickup. So they put their trash in a bag and they just take it across. They just take it to a field somewhere, as I could show you a lot. I mean, and they just throw their bags of rubbish wherever they want to throw them. Okay. Some people here that live in the subdivision, they don't even have the money for a trash can, or maybe they do and they just don't want to buy it, and they just put their bags of rubbish in front of their house. And then later, it's all over the place because their dogs just run around and they dig in the trash, and then they just drag it out. So, like I said, it's not all puppies and rainbows over here. It is a different life. I've been here now for 4 years, and some of the things here are still very difficult for me. Like I said, the on-time thing, the rubbish thing. What kills me is wherever you go. Okay, if you go to the tourist parts of Phnom Penh, Everything will be clean and beautiful because that's what they want the tourists to see. That's what they want the, what do they call them? Passport bros and the traveler. That's what they want them to put on. That's what they want them to put on YouTube. But you get outside of the city, like where I live in the suburbs, the roads outside of the subdivision I live in are just absolutely terrible. I mean, there's no drainage, so it rains here a lot, and the water gets underneath the road, and then the cement breaks, and they come back and they just put rock in it, sometimes just dirt to fill the hole. If you guys look at my other videos, you're going to see some of the roads that are really, really bad over here, and these are the places that the passport bros and all the little, YouTubers and influencers, whatever they call, they don't come out here. They don't come out here. They stay in the city where everything is clean and nice, and they don't live out here. So, and they have places, like I said, condos. If you want to live in the city, I really don't like living in the city with all the traffic and the tall buildings and the air quality in the city is terrible. Okay? I've seen where certain days, because I look at the weather and I look at the air. Sometimes Phnom Penh has the second worst air quality in the world. Some days. If it's raining, obviously it's going to be better. But here they're coming up on the dry season, and when the rice is harvested, or whatever they're growing over here is harvested, the corn, whatever, they don't have the machinery or the time or the whatever, so they just set the fields on fire. They set the rice fields, they set the corn fields, whatever. When they're done picking whatever vegetables or whatever they're growing, they just set it on fire, and they just pour gas or whatever diesel on all over the land, and they just set it on fire. There's smoke pouring out. So these are things that you have to deal with over here. They're not going to change. There's no. It's not going to happen. I've seen ponds. They call them. They're like really big ponds where there's just rubbish just floating all over the ponds. I mean, just plastic. It's just full of rubbish. You can just see the rubbish. You can see like an oil sheen on the top, oil on water, you know what it looks like. And I see people over here, they're catching the fish. They're eating that fish. I don't know. Maybe I've eaten the same fish. I don't know. My wife buys it, so I don't know where it comes from. But the reason that I stay here is because of this. Because I can live so cheap, right? As I said, that's my electric bill. My car insurance, $0. My homeowner's insurance, $0. My health insurance, $0. So, anyways, make today's video a little bit late today. I'll put it out, and hopefully you guys will watch. Please like, subscribe, share it with a friend. Like I said, I look for another place to live. You guys see what's happening in the USA. I already know, man. You guys see it. Come on, you guys see it. So everybody knows what the problem is. I can't say it because you know why? Because I'm on YouTube. I got to be careful what I said. I put something in my description one day, and YouTube crossed it out. It wasn't a bad word. It was just, they have the red and the blue in the USA. It was just something, a word that they did. Anyways, so I got to be careful what I say. So, anyways, please share my video. Please like it. Please click on it. And you guys have a wonderful day. If I can help anyone, or have anybody has any questions about possibly moving here, I know the system. I can help you. Soon, I will make a website where I will help people, but now it's free. When I take time to make the website, then I'm going to need a credit card. It's not going to be expensive, but I will need a credit card. I'll need some money for doing it because there's going to be links on there for what doctors are good. I know what schools are good. Just different things. So here soon, I'm going to get out of the house and make videos and show you guys some condos, show you guys some international schools, all the things. I'll get out of my house and start showing you guys out on my phone. So anyways, thank you for watching my video, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much.